Hello my friends, my name is Tim Johnson. In this video and the next few videos, I'd like to share with you some of the best ways that I've found to optimize my mental and physical health and fitness. And these videos are particularly geared to people, male and female, who are over 40. When I hit 40, as is well documented on this channel, and I think this is quite true of many people, particularly men in this instance, you reach a stage where you start questioning, where am I in my life? 40 is a big milestone. What have I achieved? What's left? What have I got to look forward to? These are all sort of natural thoughts and feelings, and you begin to struggle a bit, and particularly at the moment. And then there was a massive sort of crisis with the cost of living, not as bad as it is now, but the stress and pressures of bringing up children and marriage and job and paying for things and paying the bills, it all eventually takes its toll. And a lot of people, and I know I did, start to look outside of themselves for comfort, for relief, to escape those horrors and those thoughts and those feelings and emotions. And a lot of people turn to alcohol, to drugs, to food for comfort, and fitness sort of goes out of the window. And that happened to me. And as I say, it's all on this channel, and please subscribe. Hopefully, if one or two more people see the videos, one or two more people will get some help from my experiences, good and bad. So yeah, for sort of 15 years after that period, I sort of deteriorated to a stage where, I ate junk constantly. I was heavily addicted to pills, opiates. I was heavily addicted to alcohol. I had no exercise of any type apart from the odd walk now and again. And consequently, my mental and physical health deteriorated to such an extent. By the time I was 55, and this is cutting a long story short for the purpose of this video, obviously, I came and moved to live here in Spain through a set of circumstances that arose. And I was on my arse, basically. I was shut in a dark room, day in, day out, with suicidal thoughts going through my brain every single day, heavily in addiction, grossly overweight, around about 260 pounds then. And I had a choice, really, at that stage. That's how bad it can get. And it gets worse for more people, and God forbid where the next stage takes you. And the last video I made, and please have a look at it, was about male suicide in particular, because that's a crisis point at the moment. But there's a turning point comes, there's a point comes where you have a choice, don't you? And you choose to live or die, basically. You choose to do something about it, or you choose to continue with what you're doing and just evaporate and lose everything. So this is why you should never give up, whatever age you are, because at the stage I'm at now, and I'm 63, well, coming up to 63 years old, I'm the fittest and strongest I've ever been, mentally and physically and emotionally. And of course that takes hard work, and of course it means making some adjustments in your life. There's one thing I want to talk about, as regards stress, and easing that, and anxiety and depression and energy. There's one thing that I've made videos about before, which I still do day in, day out, which is 20 minutes out of your day, is the Wimhof Method. And singly, it's one of the things that has given me, or it gave me then, and I started doing it right back then when I decided to change my life at 55. It gave me the energy and the motivation and the strength to make the other changes that were necessary. And it's not comfortable, but it's so worthwhile doing. And there's many videos online, you know, without me going into all the details. I have other videos on this channel about it that go into it in more depth. But singly, it's the greatest, or one of the greatest things you can do for your immunity, for your mental health, clarity, energy. It helps you in every single way. And a part of it, the cold part of it, the cold therapy part of it, is really good for teaching you how to step out of your comfort zone and step into fear, which, to make these changes, these positive changes in your life around fitness and health, you need to do on a daily basis. Consistency is key with everything I'm telling you. You know, whatever it is, whatever change you make in your life, it's no use doing it for a couple of days and then stopping and starting and stopping and starting. It's better than nothing, obviously. Of course it is. Every little helps. But to make really long-lasting changes, you have to create new habits. You have to create new routines. You have to use consistency and discipline, and you have to step into discomfort and fear, you know, on a daily basis. The Wimhof Method teaches you how to do that. The breathing method, which is, like I say, there's many videos online which you can get Wim Hof to get the guided sort of breathing method meditation. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and then you can increase in length if you find that they suit you or they're helping you. But you have to do them on a more or less daily basis. And that breath work, if you have trouble meditating, for instance, you know, people always tell you it's really good for you to meditate and that'll help you with stress and anxiety, which is absolutely true. But if you have trouble in focusing, then the Wim Hof Method will help you with that. It certainly helped me, because I have a mind which flits all over the place, and it steadied my mind. So I make it a routine. It's one of the first things I do every single morning. I do a gratitude list, and I do the Wim Hof Method breathing method. And then the hardest part for most people is stepping into a cold shower. And that's the bit, because that cold shower has so many health benefits, and mental health benefits, and energy benefits, and immunity benefits, circulatory benefits. It's fantastic, but it's not easy. You can do it in stages if you like, and you know, go into a warm shower, then introduce a bit of cold for 10-15 seconds, and increase that on a daily basis until you're comfortable with it. But doing that on a daily basis, those three things, you know, getting up, smiling, gratitude, Wim Hof breathing, cold shower, that sets me and my mind up for what's to come in the day. And it helps me make really, really good choices. Whereas for 15 years, 20 years of my life probably, I made extremely poor choices. Because the only thing you can control are your thoughts and your actions. You can't control what other people do, only how you respond, you know, to what other people and circumstances do to you. So what all that's taught me, that discipline it's given me, means that I push myself. So I've now included on a daily basis, and I'll go into this in more depth in the next couple of videos. Obviously, diet has played a massive part, cutting out everything that was not all at once, you know, because that's, you know, when you think about goals, is when you set goals, you know, fitness goals and diet goals, or any goals in particular, progress goals, you have to make them achievable, because if you start constantly not achieving them, you'll lose motivation. You won't continue on your journey forwards and getting stronger and fitter. So I include things I include, you know, now I cut out, first of all, the hardest one was sugar, and there's a video on the channel about sugar addiction and cutting sugar out, processed products of all types. Gluten, I found that extremely difficult because I love bread, but I was intolerant to it, and it was there was a lack of energy coming with it. And I tested all these things because I stopped and started again just to check that they had an effect on me, and they did. So now, but I eat meat, and but I don't eat loads of red meat, but I eat meat. I increase the amount of protein in my diet. It's important when you're over 40 and onwards, if you want to get stronger and build a bit of muscle, because that's the next thing I want to talk about. then you're going to need to put protein into your body. So I eat an achievable amount of protein. There's schools out there that tell you if you want to build muscle and build strength that you're going to need sort of a gram and a gram and a half for every pound of body weight. That's not true. If you eat good quality protein, and what I mean by that is, chicken, fish, clean, good, healthy protein, then, and plant-based proteins, obviously, nuts, seeds, all of that sort of stuff is brilliant. And lots of greens and stuff like that, then you only need around about, for a man like myself, because I'm now, having lost the weight through diet and fitness regime, I'm now down to around 190 pounds, and I go for around about, I suppose, 90 to 110 grams of protein a day, which is more than enough to build my body, because I've noticed the differences in it and the strength. And finally, one thing that you need to start including, and again I'll go into this more detail in another video, is obviously in the fitness side of things, is resistance exercise. It's absolutely essential. Whatever sex you are, if you're over 40, and at any age you can start this, it really doesn't matter, because you just have to know, what your limitations are, and don't start too crazily. But bodyweight exercises, calisthenics are my go-to. Pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, plank, all of those dips, all of those sort of things. And then introducing some dumbbell work and, all these exercises you can find online as a starting point. And just doing those resistance exercises 3 times a week is plenty to start with. And then, building up slowly. It depends what your goals are, whether you want to, for me, my goals are to keep my joints healthy, to keep my, physically strong, because it helps with growing older and longevity. It's been proven, it releases hormones that do that. And all of these things, the exercise and the food and the Wimhof Method, have meant that my mental health, which is the most important thing of all really, because you can't do any of this without good mental health, has improved dramatically. And I'm not just saying this, I was on antidepressants in my 40s, Effexor, massive dose, I think it was 360 gram a day, because they didn't know what was going on with me. And I don't take anything at all now, no mind-altering substances at all go into my body. That's another thing that obviously has gone if you look back on the channel. But I don't need any support with my mental health now. Of course I have shitty days, we all do. And life, you have to live life on life's terms. You have horrible days, you have good days, you have great days. But most of the time you're just okay, and that's fantastic. As long as you're okay, then you're better than most of the world at the moment, to be honest with you. So, my mental health means that I don't have anxiety attacks anymore since I've been on this regime, and that's to do with diet and exercise a lot of the time. The stress is more, I can handle stress now. Of course there's still stress. There's stress in everybody's life, but you can handle it better and you can be present for it. And all I'm trying to get across from this video is that, and I won't go on anymore, is that it's never too late to make these changes. I don't care what you are, whether you're sitting on a couch now and you're over 20 stone in weight and you've not done a day's exercise for years. I hadn't, and I was exactly the same as that. And now I'm probably the fittest I've ever been in my life at 63 years old. So, there's no excuses. If you want to do it badly enough, of course there are physical limitations if you're in extreme pain or you're injured, and you have to look at those obviously separately. But if you want to do this change badly enough, you can do it. Because if I can, you can. And if you've got the mentality and never, never, never give up, then the sky's the limit. You just keep getting better and keep getting stronger. And any one of you out there can do it. But check out the Wimhof Method, because it's been integral to all of this. Stay strong. Carpe Diem. Seize the day today. Make today the day you change your life. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.